Gerald last week didn't come in, right? Gerald last week you were on leave, right?
Huh?
Yeah, Gerald last week you come in or not? No, right?
No.
Okay. All right. Let's wait for Andy. Actually, I was thinking today no lesson cancel, but never mind. Just carry on. Anyway, you are supposed to complete the essay. Hopefully by today, because I think next lesson. Take one more lesson, correct? Okay. Yeah, I really cannot make it well. I think I may have a slight fever. I can't tell, but I just took my medicine. I took about 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 medicine. Okay, but we can hear my voice. I'll tell you and Gerald. A bit different, okay. But no flu, but a bit coughing have been quite bad. I think they're passing around. Okay, let's continue this homework that you all missed out last. Gerald, you did not miss out anything, but we just want to complete from here, okay? So you have the introduction, you have the paragraph 1. So now we continue paragraph 2 and 3 and 4. So let's go to we're supposed to create a mascot and an essay on sustainability and climate change. Is climate change affecting sustainability? That's the title. An essay on sustainability and climate change. Is climate change affecting sustainability? So that is your introduction. Later we'll continue from there. Okay, we only got a few more days to school reopen already, so get ready, prepare for good essay writing for your coming WA3 exam. Okay, let's go. I start first. Climate change causes by the global increase in temperature triggers multiple negative effects on the planet. These effects interrelate with each other and increase their violence, putting at risk the species that inhabit the Earth, including the humans as well. Climate change impacts our society by disrupting the natural, economic, and social system we depend on. These disruptions will affect food supply, industry supply, change, and financial markets. Damage infrastructures and city and harm humans' health and global developments. The impact of climate change are already here, and it will greatly affect our future sustainability for our next generation. Let's take a look at how we can tackle the climate change. So the introduction has told you that this is my introduction. Climate change causes the global temperatures increase and also will affect the inhabitants of others, including humans, and how it disrupts the natural, and also because of natural disruptions, it will also indirectly affect the social economic system, and also affect the supply of the foods that we can provide to the world people. And then the industry, supply chain, and financial markets. Why financial markets were affected? Because people might need to spend more money to transport their foods, spend more money to preserve their food, spend more money to protect their food supply because of the weather changes, and because of, in case of floods and drought, people need the amount of food to supply them, so they cannot afford to do it. So they will increase the price of the food, and people who buy from the food will then of course affect. And then what happens if the foods that they eat are also got chemical reactions or poisonous because of the climate change? And the food is supposed to be growing very big and very nice and juicy, but because of this climate change, it affects the foods, quality of the foods. So all in all, that it is very important that the introductions tells you that, hey, look, we need to do something about it. If not, we're going to have a big problems, insufficient foods, and will affect the economies and social well-being. Okay, So paragraph one, idea one, Tian, will you mind reading the first?
All right. Idea one. The reasons for climate change are attributed to natural factors and human factors. The former refers to solar terrestrial relationship and interaction and feedback within the climate system, while the latter is concerned with greenhouse effects on the Earth arising from the HCO2 emission and other greenhouse gases generated into the atmosphere as a result of human activities, both of which are held to be responsible for global warming. In assessing the extent to which each of the sets of factors is responsible for climate change, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change (IPCC) has produced 4 reports: LUETAL 2016.
Okay, they pronounce look at the means
Low at all.
when you put
2016.
this hold on children, when leaders, when you put this in your master degree or degree in your study in university or even your A-level, this means that all others include all others not professors, sorry, all others actors authors writing in this book. Okay, so this is very useful. It's not that they anyhow put these words, there's a meaning for it. Okay, carry on.
The conclusion of which are those human activities with a probability above 90% is the major reason for the global warming. As a result, climate change in the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change is directly defined as caused by human activities directly or indirectly changing the global atmospheric composition.
So this idea one first paragraph tells you the reason for climate change is due to the natural factors and human factors. What are that? The former refers to the natural factors, which is the solar terrestrial, means the whole entire system, the nature. The nature may be environment. Sometimes why there's hurricane, typhoons, earthquake, volcano eruptions, or wildfires, or even haze. All this, it might be due to humans indirectly involving, causing the greenhouse effect, which is the carbon of the dioxides, and which is no good, right? By right, all this dioxide is supposed to be, you see, God is so fair to create another thing to absorb this carbon dioxide, which is the plants, the trees. And then if there's lesser trees and plants, then all this Mother Earth will be affected by these global changes, which is called the carbon CO2. And what happens if there's too much of carbon CO2 which inside this Mother Earth? Of course, the extent will be tremendously affecting the health of the people. It means people get more sick and then end up in square one. So the conclusion, what it says that it's about human activities that cause it. Gerald, I'm sorry, that day Tian Yu and Han Ling came in for the exam. So if you need to, I will give you the exam paper in PDF formats. I will send it to you. So you've got 3 choices to do this exam. Number 1 is to do with very disciplined, okay, Gerald? That means you sit down at home, you write down the start time, and then you complete at the end time. That means no interruption, no intervention, no involvement, whatever. That means halfway through, if your phone rings, you don't give a damn, you don't listen to your phone, or your mother or father call you, you better tell them that I'm doing my time management exam. So no interruption. Only things that you go out of the table is to go toilet. That's all. Not even getting a cup of water. Okay, so that's very well disciplined to get that paper. Option 2 is that I don't want to do it. I don't feel like doing it. It's fine. Option 3 is that Gerald, you want to do it, but I don't want to follow option 1. I will do it own time on target. I feel like doing editing first. I do editing, then followed by situation writing. Then next day I continue my essay. But my essay I write the first 3 paragraphs. Then I continue the next one in the next day, or 4th and 5th paragraph in the next day. Oh, Gerald, you know what I mean? So I leave it to you lah. So there are 3 options for you. Okay, thank you. So Han is still not in.
Oh, he's meant to join. Wait, I text. I thought he like stopped joining or something.
Huh?
Never. I got ask us.
What do you say? What do you say?
I said I thought he was not joining today, but never mind, I go ask him.
Oh, why?
I don't know. No, I thought like you never asked me about it anything, so I thought he probably told you the reason already.
Oh, no.
But then okay.
Okay. Gerald, next one, next paragraph.
Climate change has already resulted in great changes in the global ecological environment, such as a shortage of water resources, ecosystem degradation, aggravation of soil erosion, a sharp decline in biodiversity, and cryosphere retreat, thus exerting a significant impact on human social development with economic life. Research has shown that climate change is practically associated with vulnerability and adaptability. Vulnerability to climatic disasters, for instance, is concerned with the political and economic analysis and discussion of early stage causes of droughts and famine,
Droughts and famine.
famine, and is a form of dynamic state relating to the community or department's implications in the event of future climate change. Adaptability, on the other hand, concerns the complicated relationships among the driving force, resources allocation, and development of knowledge technologies in the face of climate change.
So what it means that these two things are climate change already resulted in great changes. Okay, we know that. Okay, thanks for telling me. We know that there's big changes, but the changes is affect the ecological environments. Oh wow, okay, how does it really affect? Of course, it greatly affects man needs water. Water resources is the most important essential part of our life. Without water, definitely humans cannot survive for long, as well as even the other living things. So and because of that, sometimes the droughts and famines will cause due to not enough water resources. But what got to do with climate change? Because the vulnerability of the climate change is that if too much water is also no good. No water definitely is no good. Average water, reasonable water, yes, may be good. But how do you know that it's sufficient? So you must adapt to a certain level, that you must show that there is enough. Like that is why you see in Singapore we have so many reservoirs, so much enough water. Even we got about 17 to 20 over a reservoir in Singapore. We still have to buy water from Malaysia, and we still need to do about new water in the Jurong Islands. You realize that because of climate change, you never know. Like recently, in the past 1950s, there was this water curfew where all Singaporeans had to queue up for water, and they only have certain time to go down and collect waters. If not, that's it. So it's so critical that the vulnerability of water as well as the adaptability to using it to adapt the changes. So when you're writing in this essay, you have to tell yourself, okay, what is the effect of climate change? So later when you're writing your essay, your point, you have to show that how is it so different? How is it that your essay by writing this climate change will not just affect sustainability, but will it also cause human beings not to be able to receive enough, or should they receive enough for them to be able to survive through for 1 generation or 2 generations? Now, you know the glaciers are melting. Is it a good thing? Is it a good thing? I don't think so, right? Certain things that, I leave it to you, God will. If some people say God wills is do it, then it's good. Okay, thanks, Daniel. So it all depends on how you see it. Some people think that it's God's will that they might have ice glaciers to melt down and cause all these things to happen. There has to be everything, there's a reason for it. Okay, paragraph 3. The most important research outcomes on the effects of climate change. Oh, okay, yeah, he's in, so let him read. Hello, honey, can you read the paragraph 3, idea 3? Thank you. Hi, honey. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, honey? Can you read the paragraph 3? The most important?
The most important research outcome on the effect of climate change on economies, Economist Fund's 2019 Regional Climate Economy Dot Model, Fund ETAL 2019, built from producer behavior, consumption, and government spending, foreign trade, foreign markets, CO2 emissions, etc. The DART model is a multi-region, multi-category, and computable dynamic regression general equilibrium model. Economic structures fully embody all activities relating to regions and products, consumption, investment, and governments. Each market is fully competitive and output and factor prices are all elastic. The model in each region covers producers and representative families classified by product categories and governments. The model's main feature is in taking into consideration CO2 emissions as a factor of climate change affecting economic development. CO2 is produced during the burning of fossil fuels such as crude oil, natural gas, and coal, and different fuel have different emission proportions. CO2 emissions also depend on the economic activities of enterprises, families, and governments, and thus rely on the speed of economic development. Since CO2 emissions caused by different economic activities are input factors in the climate model, climate variations such as the average global temperature, sediment deposit, and sea levels are also determined. A weakness of the model, on the other hand, is that rainfall and temperature are omitted factors affecting industrial and agricultural production.
Well, look at this very important things that we are talking about here is that Ale, you read this paragraph a very long, that's idea number 3. Just for you since you came in later. We are talking about your essay later on going to write. So the introductions is about how climate change and affect the global world and the economy and socials and so on, and affecting the inhabitants of the earth. So paragraph 1 talk about the reasons why climate change attribute to natural factors as well as human. Paragraph 2 talk about climate change result in big changes in the global ecological environments. Now, paragraph 3 talk about how it affect the climate change on economies. Money. Because of climate change, it affects the economies. Like people cannot do business, or got difficulties doing business, or got problem in doing business to certain countries because of the climate change. Imagine now, for example, Singapore is full of haze, very dusty, very polluted. I think Tianyu, Gerald, and Hanley. Sorry, Hanley, today Uncle Raymond not feeling very good. I took 6 medicine. I don't think I'm having COVID. I did not test that, but I suspect I'm not. So just feeling cough and you can hear my voice not so good. So for the 3 of you, you realize that paragraph 3 is talking about economies. It affect the well-being of the countries. So you will not want to travel, right? Especially now the 3 of you. Let's say now after 15 years later, you got married, you got kids. And your company want to send you to Africa, to certain parts of Indonesia, or you know there's like a volcano eruptions, or even some pollution going on. You will not want to risk to bring your family there, of course, right? Right, tell you, Hanley and Gerald, right? Right. You don't want to bring, but you still have to go to work, but because it's part of your job's requirements. So no choice, therefore you go there by yourself. But then there's a risk like these CO2 emissions. You will affect your health by going there. Of course, the company will buy insurance and cover you and that. But it's not good. It's not good enough, of course. It's a well-being. No, you're working for a company, even if it's your own business. Okay, different things are even your own business, maybe you still have to go, no choice. But no choice, if you don't go, fine. You just lose the business. But if the company insists you to go and work in that place, what to do? And you see that all these will affect the economies, the market, and what people refuse to do it. Okay, maybe because some countries like you want to go to Bangkok, to go to Jakarta, these are the very highly populated areas, and not only pollutions there, they also got very high possible crime rates, all these things. Are you feel safe to bring your family there to work and study and even say shopping there areas? I'm not sure. Okay, maybe they are safe later on in the next 10-20 years. Or some countries that you visit, like because of religious issues or race issue or whatever. So this paragraph talks about If we are not going to do anything to stop climate change and reduce the carbon dioxide, we are going to face a big issue here because people will not want to invest, and also to show interest to put monies and put their expertise into the countries. So you realize Singapore, I think next month, right? Next month, NTUC, all the supermarkets, they are charging the plastic bag for 5 cents. Okay, 5 cents. Okay, so this has got to do economy already, right? Correct now. Oh, Gerald, right? Gerald, I tell you, you may not go supermarket or NTUC fair price to buy so many things. But what happened one day your mom and dad go shopping center and buy a lot of things? Can you imagine one plastic bag 5 cents? 20 plastic bag, how much? You go and count, carry a lot of things, especially Chinese New Year, right? So they say, oh no, this is just to make sure that we want to deter people from using plastic bag. So okay lah, you charge 5 cents for plastic bag. I still buy, okay, maybe money is not important to me. I buy the plastic bag to carry my stuff. So what are you going to do with the 5 cents per plastic bag? Are you going to use the money to what? To help advocates to go to reduce the use of anti-plastic bag? Or are you going to use this money as part of your revenue? I don't know. What do you think, Tenyu?
Nah.
Huh? What now?
Hey,
I'm asking you, you're not what?
I'm thinking. Hey, can you like repeat it again?
What's my question now? Oh, why do you think recently Singapore, 1st of July, Singapore will be all the supermarket will implement 5 cents per plastic bag. So when you buy your grocery, they will charge you 5.
Yeah.
This money, is it really go to help to understand about eco-friendly, to use the money?
No, I feel like it's more of them just trying to prevent people from getting plastic bag for some that they don't need, or getting too much plastic bag.
Yeah,
That's
then
my
what's
guess,
money to what got to do with the 5 cents?
Yeah, like I say, it's to prevent what? It's
Yeah,
like
it's like
the
deterrence,
5 cent, right? It's like Singaporean, they always try like they don't want like spend that much money, especially like they don't want to spend 5 cents on the plastic bag, because maybe if you buy a lot, then yeah, you need. But then maybe some people just get like, let's say just 2 bottles of Coke. They don't need a plastic bag, and then like knowing that, but if without like the 5 cents, they will still get it. But then now that they have 5 cents, they are like, I don't want to pay extra 5 cents for this. Then just take the 2 bottles of Coke and just leave out. So it's like how do I say, it's like to try and prevent some people. Yeah.
Prevent them, deter them. But maybe some people say, 5 cents难道我还不起咩？你看不起我 I give you 10 cents also can I purposely get 10 cents, 5 cents for one plastic bag.
But sure, that's not everyone. And knowing Asian parents, no.
Okay. How about you, Gerald?
Oh yeah, another thing is that wait, is it 5 cents per plastic bag?
Yes.
So yeah, if you buy too many, right? Let's say you buy a lot, and then you know how sometimes, I'm not sure, is it like eggs where they give you 2 plastic bags? That's just 10 cents for the eggs itself.
Correct.
Yeah. So and then if you add, you realize that, oh no, I spent like probably 20 cents on plastic bag today. And then if you calculate a month, you'll say, oh no, I spent like $1 plus on plastic bag itself only, but not all the time I actually need it. But then if it's like a need, then sure lah. But if it's not a need, then it's a bit of a problem. So yeah.
Yeah. Recently there's what do you call this on the radio, they already start the survey already. Some people already making noise already. Some people are saying that, yeah, like that, you can eat out my economies or my money then. Because I go buy grocery very often. Then they were saying, then bring your own tote bag lor, bring your own plastic bag or your bag to carry, right? Is there anything so difficult? But sometimes what happens if we go out, we forget, we don't carry a big plastic bag around. Hey, excuse me, guys. You mean you carry a very eco-friendly bag inside your bag or inside your pocket every time you go? No, right? I don't think so. Because the girl will have a handbag to put in. But the guys, I don't know, like seldom, right? How about you, Hanling? Thanks, I'll tell you. What is your opinion about the 5 cent?
I think it's more of like a deterrence kind of thing, you know. As people just, oh no, it's 5 cents now. I'd rather not pay, that kind of people. That's their like quote unquote target audience. That's who they're trying to like place this on, so that it's a less likely. It's not complete like just denial. It's a less likely for like the majority to buy a plastic bag. So like from this, maybe I don't know, 20% less plastic bag usage, something like that. That's their goal, I suppose.
Well, I wouldn't say I disagree, but I don't know. People are still don't give a damn and give the buy it. Okay, fair enough. Gerald, what is your opinion for 5 cents per plastic bag?
I think they can charge more.
Charge more. Wow. How much?
20 cents.
Wow, 20 cents.
I mean, like,
wow.
if they are like really like trying to like stop us from using plastic bag, right? Then either you go all the way or you don't go.
Oh, okay. I see what you point. Either you might as well make it a very harsh regulations to deter. But you know, 20 cents for a poor household income people, it's quite a lot, because like imagine now it's Chinese New Year. They 大包小包, they buy a lot of things. How? Yeah, true lah. You can bring your own tote bag or your own bag lah. So you think it's increasing the amount will be better to deter lah, correct? Yeah.
Oh, but they can use the trolley one, the card thing.
The trolley?
Yeah, the one where you put in $1, then when you're done, you take back the $1.
Yeah, then wait. Unless you got car lah, correct lah. You push to the car park and put inside.
Or you can push the trolley to your house or something, right?
No, not supposed to, by right. By right, the trolley are not supposed to get out of the premises of the shopping mall, or even the like NTUC fair price per se. Because if by doing that, can you imagine everyone push a trolley walking around on the roads? Wow, it's a phenomenon, a sign. So by right, they should not push the trolley out of the shopping mall. I think it's correct me if I'm wrong, it's an offense to do that. So
Yeah, it is an offense. It is an offense.
it's an offense, right? Yeah. Because there are some people I see them, they use it for their own purpose. And then happen that when they bring back the trolley home, they go and tempt the $1 insertion point and break the things, and because it's called the tempting already, vandalism. Oh, got people think until this way, just to use the trolley for their own purpose. Fair enough. Okay, so using trolley to push the their things. Okay, thank you very much. Back to you, Tenyo, paragraph 4.
All right. Research on the impact of climate change on economies, although immature, has already made some progress to date. However, several problems remain to be overcome. Research is limited to ideal adaptive strategies and measures, with few empirical studies on actual adaptability to climate change, especially extreme climate disaster. CLL 2019.
This one,
Okay.
future,
Although studies have been carried out on vulnerability and adaptability to climate change, none are concerned with adaptive potential. Factors influencing adaptability or policies to enhance adaptability and studies of the vulnerability and adaptability to climate change place more emphasis on natural science, while ignoring the impact of climate change on social, economy, and political conditions, and the lessons learned in adapting to climate change.
Okay, so keep repeating the vulnerability adaptability. What it means that, okay, researchers have find many ways to enhance the environments to ensure that you will not continue to harm the environments. But the enhancement and ensurement is still not enough. The enhance and the ensure is one thing. Okay, enhance and ensure is one thing, but will we able to enable the next few generation, enable us to carry all this adaptability and vulnerability is a big question mark. We can enforce it, we can enhance it to ensure that people follow, just like the 5 cent plastic bag. We can enforce it, we can enhance it to make sure like 20 cents, Gerald, thank you. We can enforce it to put 20 cents, so make sure that people will think twice to get the plastic bag. Okay, but are we enabled ourselves to know that this is going to be a ripple effect, or this is going to be very serious if we don't take actions, or if we're going to be happy that okay, let's leave the things like that, I don't care, just let climate take its role, and I believe someone will take care of the things. But these few empirical studies is a very wide things, and with the word empirical means they are talking about a big skills. So these big skill studies or research has shown that if you are not going to adapt to climate change or adapt to making sure sustainability, it's going to be very big disaster for the future generation to come. Because not only the ozone layers broken down, the earth is going to suffer tremendously because of the health, the weather pattern, the climate changes, all these things. Now, the climate changes is definitely will affect like the social, political, economic, all these things. Why? Because one lead to another. We need them to work hand in hand. If one of them is out, so this paragraph tells you that looks, it is important to look into the aspect that we must do a very great detailed research. A research that ensure, enforce, enhance, and enable us to make sure that this climate change will be slowly, surely, and definitely reduced at the minimum. But if we can't do it, then so sorry, you see. And the lesson learned adapting of climate change. If we really cannot do it, I'm sorry, we have to suck it up and live with it. That means stop complaining about the high temperatures, the weather is hot, the floodings. Because you can see nowadays a lot of news are coming out with all these things, and we have to do something about it. Gerald, your turn. Gerald.
Global climate change has become one of, if not the most severe challenges faced by the human race to date, and is expected to affect society, the economy, life politics, and diplomacy for many years to come. As negotiations on climate change between all nations deepen, studies on its impact on economic development are increasing exponentially, and research into regional economies from an economic perspective is constantly being extended in both width and depth. This paper contributes by summarizing the problems in studies on the effect of climate change on economies. A transport production function concept is developed from which the effect of climate changes on economy is simulated by transport production frontier model incorporating such climate change factors such as rainfall, labor force, technologies, and temperature. The effect of temperature and rainfall factors are considered from both static and dynamic states. Then using time series data of the domestic economy between 1986 and 2007 in Nanjing. As an example, the model and suitability of the.
So you will say 1986, 1986, you can say 2007. Okay, you can break this as 2007. You don't need to say 2007. Okay, the model of the sustainability, the model and the sustainability of the. Yes.
Of the production theory based on transport production frontiers in analyzing the effect of climate change on the regional economy is demonstrated and verified.
So this last paragraph tells you that we need to do something. Like global climate change has become one of the most severe challenges. That means there are other challenges like war, like maybe hunger, child slavery, LGBT issue, or terrorisms, country and logger hates. There are so many issues, but this is one of the most serious issue at hand that is faced by humans. And if we are not going to do something about it, we're going to face a tremendous problems. As he said that you affect the society, economy, life, politics, and diplomacy for many years to come. So it is important that we must carry out our duty and able to negotiate. Say negotiation on climate change for all nations, width and depth, the wide area and the depth. I feel that width and depth is still not enough. We must be far-sighted enough to see the long distance. What is going to for us to see that we are able to really stop. I think we cannot control, cannot immediately stop climate change. We cannot overnight decide, okay, guys, that's it. We're not going to use plastic. We're going to use fossil fuel. Everything back to candle. Everything back to the old conventional way. The old civilization where there's no electricity, no need to use refrigerator, no handphone, no computers. All this got the part and parcel burning out the fossil fuels. So can we stop all this? No car, no everything, walk or cycle to work. That's all. Is it possible? No, definitely it's not possible because it says that the developments of technology and labor force is here. We cannot escape that. Technology has taken us ahead of everything. We cannot say that is it. I'm not going to do about it. I leave it what it is. I don't care why this climate change affect us or not. You have to care. As you see, the Nanjing is already an example to show that, from this, well, there's quite a bit of 10, 20 years, 15 years or so for this to take place, that to show that this will affect the productions and economies. Okay, if you are not going to use technologies in your life, not possible. So, but then again, there's a price to pay for it. That means, how are you going to weigh? So this is what I mean by the questions, the sustainability. Is it really affecting the climate change? Yes. All right, conclusion, Ali.
Conclusion. In conclusion, climate change is the most significant problem facing the world. Global warming is increasing day by day. If we cannot prevent it as soon as possible, our world will face undesirable consequences. Climate change poses a growing threat to sustainable development. The expected effects of climate change could seriously compromise the ability of the agricultural sectors to feed the world and severely undermine progress toward eradicating hunger, malnutrition, and poverty. Climate change is a serious global threat, and it demands an urgent global response.
Yes. So you see, this one will tell you already, hunger, malnutrition, and poverty. Climate change is also affecting the sustainability of developments of countries. So those underdeveloped countries and developing countries, they need to do something to improve their quality of life, their social status, their economy powers, their political well-being of the leaders, to make sure that the people have enough to eat, to sleep, to have shelter. But you see, when you have shelter, means you're going to deforest the place. When you have building, you need to take out a lot of resources, right? That's part and parcel of life. So this conclusion tells us that no, well, climate change is definitely important, it's facing the problem. And day by day is that we are, instead of four of us are sitting here talking about it, are we going to have some actions to take place to ensure that we live in a more clean, green, and healthy environments? Do you think so? I'll tell you. Sorry, guys, I may want to end early today on the dot because I'm just controlling myself. I think the medicines has kind of effect on me. But okay, I'm still can think well. So I just want to know, do you think so? Harley, I'll tell you.
For the conclusion?
Yeah, I mean, what's my question now? What's my question? Suddenly I forgot.
I also forgot.
Gerald, what's my question now? Or Harley?
What do you think about the climate change situation right now? Is what I remember.
Okay. What do you think about this climate change?
It's getting out of control, but it's something we can try like slow it down in a sense. But it's definitely growing out quite fast.
So your son and your grandson and great-grandson, your great-grandchildren will affect. Correct? Confirm.
Yeah, at this rate, yes.
So what are you going to do about it? Like, instead of four of us sitting here talking, writing a good essay, what are you going to do about it? Let's say now you're the president, the prime minister of a country. How are you going to do about it?
I
I think Singapore is already started. One of them is the Green Plan 2030. And the other one is the anti-plastic movement. And the other one will be a lot of plans that Singapore government is. The emission, right? Remember the tax of
in a
those.
sense, there's really nothing much else you can do other than just trying to follow up some simple rules like do not get plastic bag if you do not need it. Also like probably just try to take public transport. I guess. Yeah.
True. Okay, what else?
I don't really think there's anything else because like most of it is already like how do I say it's already like pre-planned by the government.
Don't everything must depends on the government first.
Government.
We have to take our own initiative. Not everything follow them. We must have our own thoughts and thinking. Doesn't mean 100% the government do it's good. Like for example, I still hesitating about the AL1, AL2, AL3 the next year. I think 20.
That is absolute bull. The original thing was already good enough. Why do you have to change it?
Do you think the
Come
old
on.
do you think because the 2024 they're taking away the express NA and NA?
Yeah, that one I know too.
Yeah. So you see, I don't really agree what Mr. Chan Chun Sing is doing this thing. Seriously, I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe the first few batches of students. I don't know. Maybe this one works well for these new generations. That they feel that it's good for them. Maybe that's how is. I think they have done research, right? Confirm or Gerald. They have done research and a lot of things has put it in place to see that this should be workable for the next generation. We shall see. Okay, that doesn't mean all the policies are always starting tip-top conditions. We need some time to let the policy and the things run for a couple of maybe a few years and see. Yes, it's true. There are some policies that flop, especially for the one we're talking about the gifted program, and also about the streaming for the foundations classes. Yeah, that really puts people on a certain platform that very sad. But this is the system here. Good or bad, we don't know. But because at the end of the day, it's the student themselves, how they perceive and how they look into it. Okay. Gerald, what do you think?
The same questions.
Yeah, about what instead of sitting here talking about global change, climate change, what are you going to do about it?
I think right now at this rate we might not be able to stop it.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, so I think they should really try and not just talk about what 11 goals or something that they want to do, because it's not gonna work.
Oh my God, seriously, yeah, pouring cold water on them. Okay. So what are you going to do about it? But since you say it's not work, so
Spend more money on trying to actually solve the issue instead of trying to slow it down.
spend money. In fact, they are spending a lot of money already. Right?
Yeah, but it's not enough.
Oh, not enough with that. Okay, so what are you going to do?
I think can't just get most companies to agree with what you're gonna do. You have to get all of them to agree, because it just takes one big company to go in the opposite way, and other companies will follow.
Well done. Yeah. Thank you. Today I'm not thinking well. Yes, Gerald. Well done. In fact, every company now, in fact, today one of my staff went to PayPal in Singapore to talk about vitality and sustainability in their company, about getting them to understand what is eco-friendly. Yes, in fact, every company has a big role to play a part, especially those tobacco company, the beer company. IKEA, for example, IKEA is the one who cut down a lot of trees, right? Yes, they have.
I'm pretty sure it's actually pronounced IKEA.
I pronounce it IKEA.
I'm like 80% sure that their own Facebook made a post about it that said it's pronounced IKEA.
No, I thought they pronounce it IKEA. Anyway, that's how the Swedish pronounce the words are. Okay, since like Volkswagen and Volkswagen. So that's their pronunciation. So I'm not sure whether IKEA or these people who do furnitures do they really carry out the kind of campaigns to make sure that every tree they chop and make woods, are they using upcycle or recycle or brand new woods to cut it and with do they plant back?
Honestly, you can tell no.
No,
No.
because it take a lot of effort and time, but IKEA say that they do. They do plant the tree. They have this hectare of lands that whatever they cut, they replant again. I think they do because you need to have approval and certification, also authoricities, as well as to ensure that whatever they do, they follow the rules and regulations of the particular countries. So this picture here shows that climate change adaptations. Yeah. So we're talking about disaster reductions. That is the natural disaster. We talk about sustainable agriculture practices that that some crops, when you plant because of the weather changes, you end up, it's supposed to eat lychee, longan, or during Chinese New Year, or the Chinese Mandarin orange. But because of the climate change that agriculture produce of the Chinese Mandarin orange is limited or not sweet enough, sour, or certain foods that is out of reach because of their changes of the pattern. So when they harvest it, it's not enough for certain populations. Now, the circular economy is how we work as a whole, how they go through every parts of it, from the transportations to logistics to supply to all the people, to the shops. And like what you say, until the last part in the NTUC fair price, for example, supermarket, the implementation of the 5 cents per plastic bag, not just NTUC fair price, all the supermarket in Singapore. Do you think it's a good adaptation to climate change? That's why I mean circular economy. Do you think that they are playing the part? Like Gerald, well done. You say that the management should pump in more money. Yeah, so they are doing research. So maybe the way of doing things last time, they may waste a lot of energy due to this old technology. But now with the new technology, they decide, hey, guys, we can do better way. Instead of 10 steps, now we can do 5 steps, reduce 5 steps, or 4 steps, reduce 4 steps. Even they reduce by 1 or 2 steps, it's already considered as an adaptation to changes. So the more steps they do to produce certain machineries, that means they're wasting a lot of resources. You're right, Daryl. So to start off with, company to pump in more money, more research, as well to pump in more money for people to think, so to give them awards. So they allow the staff to create creative thinking. Hey, boss, I think we can have better way to do things. So to protect the earth. So instead of 7 steps to do, I can do now 4 steps or 5 steps. So in future, the new person coming instead of 5 steps, 3 steps. So you not only help the company to save money, to cut costs, to increase profits, to increase productivities, but also the circular economy will help people, how should I say, make the company to grow better and allow them to have a more sustainable environments to work in. Okay, so you will be able to sustain, right? With the circular economy, it help the country to say, hey, look, I'm also go together with the government. We want to make sure to support this economy by enhancing the sustainability. I mean, along with the value change. That's why I told you the value change, right? From the moment you take out the resources from let's say we talk about durian. Do you all go to NTUC, you see NTUC to buy durian. You see the moment from a durian tree plantation in Malaysia, they take down the durian, transport and go through the process and clean out, and then end up selling to NTUC fair price, and then you consume it. Okay, then but when you consume it, how about the styrofoam box? How about the plastic bag that you bought and all things like that? How do you dispose? How about the seed, the durian seed, all these things? So you just need to close the loop. Okay. So now I will spend another couple of minutes, if you don't mind, all right, to write your essay here. Okay, so just to start off, to know what you're talking about here. Is it too small, Gerald? Is it too small to read?
I think it's okay.
Tian Yu and Han Ling, is it okay?
It's a little too small for me.
It's fine. I just have to move
Okay,
a
never
bit
mind. I'll-
slightly closer. That's fine for me.
Okay, Gerald, can you read your own introduction first?
We are racing towards the extinction of our species. We not only lack dominion over nature, we are subordinate to it. This quote tells us that the world is not ours to command and we should leave things the way they were when we came. Global warming has become a big issue that we have started, and consequently, we should end it. Instead of further corrupting the environment, we can discuss about various ways climate change can be contained and controlled.
Thank you. So this is how you start your AIMS, your atmosphere. You create the atmosphere by giving a quote. Very interesting and very motivating. Then you give the suspense to look, say, oh, okay, this is how we're going to work about it. We're going to do about it. Okay, let's do something about it. Okay, so what are you going to do? Your first paragraph, Daryl.
In order to stop climate change, we must first be able to understand the root of its causes. Climate change happens when greenhouse gases increase in the atmosphere. These gases retain heat received from the sun, which would normally be reflected back into space. The retained heat would eventually increase global temperatures, changing the landscape and life on Earth. Animals and living species would have to adapt to the sudden change in temperature, which could be difficult. Thus, many unique species would be wiped off the face of our planet before we could study or even discover them. With the ecological balance disrupted, the apex predator of the food chain would be most adversely affected. Unfortunately, the
Apex predators, right? Okay, so
apex
sorry, so you see, the circular economy is the same, the cycle. So who is the main cycle? Who is the main culprits to create all this climate change? So you're right, as an apex predator, we eat a lot of beef, mutton, pork, chicken, all these things. Does it make us to be one of them? Yes. Does it also cause the livestock to go down? Yes. Does it also cause the changes in the environment? Yes, because you need people to transport the emissions of the transportation, right? So in order to stop climate change, we must first be able to understand the roots of the cause. Okay, so what is the root of cause? The greenhouse effect is due to what purpose? Maybe due to transportations or whatever, to bring about the food supply. Okay, Han Ling, your turn.
The world is a forever changing place where the decision we make dictates the fate of the world, and the fate of the world is our fate. Our every act.
Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
All right.
Sorry, I'm a bit OCD because the lining is not correct. I don't know what happened. Okay, so it's it doesn't matter because there's one line there. I feel very uneasy. Okay, can you carry on, please? The world is forever changing.
The world is a forever changing place where the decision we make dictates the fate of the world, and the fate of the world is our fate. Our every action has its own unique consequence, and we must do something about it to change the fate of the world. If we don't do something about our world now, in the future, the damage we did may be irreversible, and our future generations have to deal with the fallout. So let's talk about how we solve the climate change.
Okay, let's go. So your first paragraph, carry on. What do you say?
My first paragraph was like
Here.
if in today's society, lack of awareness remains a major problem to our climate environment. Starting with the lack of education. Starting with the lack of education around the citizens of a country. Without proper education, no country can properly carry out any environmental restoration efforts due to lack of understanding, hence lack of cooperation with the people. Without the mass majority, it will be extremely difficult to carry out any forms of environmental movements and initiatives. Many countries have realized this and implemented this, but have yet to realize that education being provided locally is not impactful enough to influence the minds of the people, and cannot make any changes in the long run to aid the recovery of the environment. And hopefully this is something that we are able to solve in the near future. By solving this, sorry, We can prevent ourselves and our next generation to damage our planet beyond repair.
Okay, thank
Like-
you.
Yeah, okay.
So the two of you, Gerald and Ha-Ling, can start writing your second paragraph already. Okay, Tian Yu.
Okay. Climate change has been a very popular topic for possibly a decade already, yet no solution has been found for this topic. We need to understand the meaning of climate change. Climate change means the world's temperature is constantly on a rise. This world is ours. Climate change isn't something that came out from thin air. It comes from us. We have to change the world so that our future generation can experience a pleasant place and not a hellish place. So what can we do to prevent climate change from affecting our world's sustainability?
Okay, so there's your introduction. Carry on.
Okay. As stated above, climate change and global warming came from us, humans. Humans have caused many factors relating to climate change. The constant usage of reusable fuels like coal. Oh no, I think it's meant to be unreusable. Okay.
Oh,
Climate
the
change is
consumption
caused,
of unreusable, huh?
yeah.
Okay,
Climate change is caused when many greenhouse gases are released into the air, causing the Earth temperature to increase, which can lead to many disasters like drought. As we know, climate change is becoming more and more dangerous if we do not continue what we do. There are many programs that teach us how to prevent climate change, yet not everyone follows it. This shows that some people listen from 1 year and it comes out from the other year.
okay, let's do paragraph 2, man. Come on, let's go. 2 and 3, yeah. Your ideas 2 and 3. Okay, carry on. Let's do now and submit.
We write 2 and 3 now.
Yes.
Okay.
I go toilet first. Anyone submitting paragraph 2?
Sure, it's a long paragraph. We can't really write it that fast, you know what I mean?
Oh, no, I'm just asking, don't worry. I'm just asking. Okay.
I'm still kind of planning on
I
what to
get
write.
some water. I get some water for myself.
Alright.
So tell you, this is your second paragraph, huh?
Sure. The thing is, what do I write for third paragraph?
No,
Like,
your-
I'm not very sure.
like just now you saw my paragraph 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? So each one have a point, long. You have to select. So first one, your first paragraph choose about what?
No, it's just talking about the thing itself.
No, lack of awareness remain a major problems to climate change.
No, that's not my one. Mine's the one on the right side, the most right. This one is Gerald's one, if I'm not wrong. Oh no, this one Han Ling one.
So as stated above, climate change and global warming claims to humans have been caused. So this paragraph is about humans.
Like the first paragraph is like
Human
it's like an
factors
extra
of-
paragraph to like back up the first the introduction. Is it, and then after that second paragraph is what I write now. It has something to do. It has something like, cause yeah, I think I wrote something about they'll do like you have to scroll down. Yeah, there are many programs that teaches us. So my second paragraph is talking about what programs are like some like schools do. I mean not schools, some countries doing.
Okay.
Which I use the Singapore one, the plastic bag costing 5 cents one.
Okay.
And then that's for my second. Third paragraphs are not fully sure. Like do I
You tell me what's your plan. You can later wait for Gerald and Hanley to submit their paragraph 2, then you get some ideas. So the first paragraph is talking about climate change, how you prevent it by talking about the gases effect, right? Humans factors change it. So then
okay, check. I know what to write now.
Okay.
I think I know. It'll be similar like my paragraph 2, but I just had to change out of it instead of like talking
you
about
can talk
what
about
we can.
social, You can talk about
Yeah.
social economy because just this like preparing you for your economy, your social study paper lah. Okay, so you see, every paragraph for its own key point lah. Okay, how about Han Ling and Gerald? Have you submitted?
Currently writing.
We got paragraph 3 also, so I hope to end by 9:30. Thanks. Gerald, are you ready for your second paragraph?
I on the last line.
Okay, thank you. So, Tianyu, you are going for your paragraph 3. Is it Tianyu? Okay. Okay, this is your second paragraph. Okay, go ahead for your third paragraph ready.
Hard to spell applicable.
What is it?
How to spell applicable? Yay.
Okay, yes, Hanning. to still waiting. We still got 10 more minutes. Okay.
Just sorry if I hadn't admit I was doing some research on Finland.
Sorry.
Sorry if I handed in a bit late. I was doing some research on Finland.
Oh.
Because their sustainability is quite interesting.
Of course.
Because like they have this very interesting. Okay. Firstly, they all own electric cars. That's one. Because the country heavily reduces a lot of taxes on electric cars and things like that.
Because they got all the eyes, the Finland.
Yeah.
Anything screw up, they hope the first country to die first. The eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, third paragraph, if you can.
I'm thinking more sure about the paragraph.
Yeah, never mind, come. We still got time. Okay, this is our third paragraph, Daniel. Is it, Daniel?
Yes.
Well done. Okay, you can relax already. Waiting for the other two to complete the third paragraph. We'll call it a day. I'm going to get my medicine again, part 2. Okay, Gerald and Han-Ling, paragraph 3. Because next week we need to complete the whole essay already. Next week we got 3 paragraphs to complete. So next week we must complete the rest. So if you can, go home and complete at home, please complete the rest As this is a Zoom, you can anytime log into the Zoom and check, okay? Okay, third paragraph, both of you come on. We need to discipline because next week we got the 3 more paragraphs to complete. So today is only 2 paragraphs. All right, guys, we got 6 more minutes. Yes, can I see the 2 of you? No, don't have. Typing. Yes, Han Ling and Gerald. We got 4 minutes.
Okay, typing.
Okay, thank you. Next week, we will just cover the last 3 paragraphs, okay? And then we have time, then we cover the things. So this one must complete one. We want to discipline ourselves, hopefully. This is how Uncle Raymond hope that with this, it can help you to reduce some of the homework. By right, this is supposed to be done at home to complete a writing and essay, use pen written. But now we have to spend time to do in the Zoom. Okay, so that I have to be forced you all to think and write the whole entire essay. Okay. Oh, okay. Secondly, I thought this is the 3rd paragraph, honey.
What? Sorry.
This one is the 3rd paragraph. You put secondly.
Yeah, that's my top. It's because the first paragraph was talking about like a general like introduction.
Okay.
The first paragraph would have been firstly, right?
I think
Yeah.
let me see. Yes. You are right. Firstly, okay. My bad. So now this is secondly. Okay, thank you, Han Ling. We just wait for Gerald. we'll call it a day. Thank you for your understanding today, Uncle. Really, it's not it's really not under the it's below the moon, not under the sun. It's really not under the sun.
Okay, I send you.
Thanks. Got it. Yes, I'm not under the weather, not under the sun. Okay, paragraph 3. Wow, just in time. Okay, so please look at your essay. I will send this for the next lesson. So if you have time at home, if you can complete paragraph 4 and 5 and conclusion, that will be good. So next month, sorry, next week is the 5th lesson. So we want to complete the whole entire essay and move on to July. July, we have new topics to talk about it. So we don't want to overlap on that, okay? So what is July topic? Let me see. July topic, we are talking about war and cloning. Okay, July topic will be war and cloning, so it's a bit different.
War and cloning again. Then we have like a huge the most intense debate in history about which one was more serious.
Yeah.
Like last year.
This one is a bit different already. Okay, maybe a bit similar, but majority a bit different of arguments. So right, let me see. Okay, thank you very much for your time. Although I'm not in the really it's really under